Hello, friends. Welcome to Squared Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be setting up the month of February in my half-letter Discbound planner. We'll decorate a monthly spread and a currently page for my memory planner section, so come plan with me. And I've got some washi tapes here ready to go, along with this roll of stickers, a couple of chalk inks I'll be using, along with this blending brush, stamping blocks and stamps, my mild liner, this Happy Planner sticker book, and this Planning Things sticker book, which I'll pull from. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to lay down some wax paper and we're going to get started on this month's design. I do like to do seasonal themes in this planner specifically, so we're going to do a Valentine's-y type theme. I found some stickers in this seasonal sticker book. I believe this is the Hey Bree seasonal sticker book from the Happy Planner. So I'll be using that sheet of stickers. And I'm just quickly looking through to see if there's any other coordinating stickers in and around this one sheet that I'll be using primarily, but looks like not many options are available outside of this block of stickers. I don't really like overly pink, overly romantic spreads usually, so we're going to focus more on kind of like sending happy mail, Valentine's mail, or just Valentine's with a little bit more of a kind of cutesy friendship style design. Since I do a Sunday start to the month, this year, 2026, there are no days in the last week of the month, so it's technically a 4-week month. It should be pretty cool because we'll have all those empty days there at the bottom to do some kind of decor. Something I'll be looking forward to as I set up the rest of my monthlies as well, because that's a pretty big area to work in and really make things pop without sacrificing functional space. I brought in some of my script washi here from this larger roll. I think I got from either Journal Say or Amazon. I'm not 100% sure right now. So I'll use that for some texture on the sides. I've also cut up a few of those heart stickers and made them go a little bit farther than they would have on their own. I've also put in those mail stickers and a quote that says "Love is in the air." And now I am working in some stickers from this kind of unique roll that I got from Journal Say. It's like a roll of squares, but each square is already pre-cut with different shapes and they're nested. So you can kind of see there what I'm talking about. So this pink roll has a bunch of hearts in each patterned section. And I have a whole set of these, so some have squares and circles and stars. So it's kind of a different idea. It's something I hadn't seen before in the stationery world. So I picked those up, but this is the first time I'm using them. But they add a little bit of something, I think, down here at the bottom. So we will pepper them in where I see that they work. Trying to figure out how I want to bring in the washi now. I really like this scallop washi, but it's just kind of light, I guess. So I don't have another color that really works well with this spread. This was the best matchup as far as being pink and, just having the right vibe. So I'm trying to make it work, but I don't know. It's just not really giving me the contrast that I would really like to see. Whereas that red washi is doing wonders as far as enhancing the color on the spread. I did try ripping it up at first, that red washi, and using it top and bottom, but I didn't like the rough edge. So I am going to play around with some other options. I also am going to check out different pink washis that I have in my stash and see if I can bring in some color that way without using that scallop washi. And I have a few different options, but I think I'm going to go with this solid pink. I've just layered it there because I'm going to also put it on the top, and I'm not exactly sure how I want it to go. If I want it to go underneath the script washi or on top, if I want it to go underneath these stickers or what. So we're just gonna set it there for now and figure it out when we move things over. I also am putting in some heart boxes from the Plan Anything sticker book. This sticker book came out, I want to say at least 2 years ago around Valentine's Day. So it's very Valentine's Day focused, which is great when you want Valentine's Day decor. So I have a lot of different options available to me in that sticker book. So I've pulled that for those heart boxes, and then we'll also probably pull some colorful boxes out of there as well. Now just trying to see what I want to do with some of this other stuff I have pulled, but I think we're going to start with this. I do have the ink and the stamping still left to do, so we'll get that on the page and then we'll see how we'll lay in the decor on top. So I'll be using these chalk inks for some color in the background here. Chalk inks are great if you have never used inks in your planner. They set on the top of the paper, they don't bleed through, and they're really kind of soft and creamy, so they're easy to spread around, as you can see me doing here in like a blending mode. I am mixing both the red and the pink together just to add a little bit more to the pink because I felt like it was a little bit too light. And I didn't also want it to be just solid red either, so mixing the two seemed to work out pretty well. I also pulled this older Happy Planner stamp set that I have that includes a couple of stickers that work well for Valentine's Day, I think. It's got this small heart, and then it also has an envelope with a little heart on it as well, so again, kind of Valentine's-esque. So we'll see how we can pepper those in as well into that blending area so they're not too overwhelming, but add a little bit more texture to the spread. So I'm going to go ahead and start laying in the washi now. And like I said, I'm going to try to layer up the pink. I'm trying not to take up too much room, so we are going to only use about half of the red washi on the bottom and half on the top. So I'm just going to put these two pages together, save some time, and use one half on one side and one half on the other. So now that I have that one in, I'm just going to straighten this one out and then do the same thing. Also, it makes it much easier to conserve washi if you're low, which I didn't even realize I was low, but I did run out of that pink washi at the end of this video, and I had no idea I was so close. So you'll see what I do when that time comes. So I'm just layering in the pink washi now at the bottom since I already have it on the top. I've become very relaxed with covering up my header texts. I really don't seem to care anymore if they're covered or not. I don't know, it's just something I noticed about myself lately, that I've just been covering them up with decor partially, or, you know, where you can see half of it through, but not all the way, and just like, it's fine. So maybe all of the time I've been spending trying to relax and not be too detail oriented on these spreads is finally starting to kick in. I am whiting out the whole line of empty boxes at the bottom of the month. I'm just going to make it nice and clean so that when I put those stickers down there, there's no black line showing through from the back. And we'll start moving over those stickers now while that dries. So I use the monthly here for a highlight each day as part of my memory keeping practice. So I do use each day's box, but I think having a colorful box there with that heart shape will still be a great way to keep some decor within the functional area, but not limit my function. So I've added a couple of heart boxes there, and I'll just enter in the highlight each day into those boxes. But I will try to contain them within an individual day so there's no overlay or, not crossing 2 days. They're definitely going to be assigned a day. So I put in this washi tape and then realized I did not white out the boxes down here at the bottom, so we're going to go back and do that. And I am just using a white gel pen to white out these black lines. Works out really nicely. And while that dries, I will do a little bit of trimming. And we just placed that washi tape back, and we'll trim out the excess here on the script washi that I've laid in. It's looking good. Let's just move over our little clusters down here of stickers. And I don't think there's anything else there to do other than a little bit more trimming. I am going to try to beef up some of these stamps so you can really see them. They definitely got lost behind the script washi, so just adding a little bit more for some light texture here on the sides. Okay, that's looking good. Let's cement everything down, clean up anything that isn't cooperating, and we will get started on the back page, which is going to be my currently page. In case I haven't mentioned, this is a single page monthly layout from my shop for 2026. So here we're going to add more of the inking on the back. I'm going to go ahead and forego the wax paper because I kind of know where we're going with this already. Put in the ink and stamped a few of the smaller stamps there in and around, so it's ready to go. We'll also lay in some of that washi tape top and bottom to match up with the other page. This time I'm just going to reuse the trimming here on the bottom. And then we'll layer that up with the pink washi. And here's where I ran out. I was like, uh-oh, what am I going to do? Tried to see if I had any other ones that were the same color in my stash. And I did have one, but I thought I might be able to just glue down this excess piece that's got the papering from the roll and call it a day. So I'm just going to use a little bit of Tombow glue runner to solidify that piece. And that worked out pretty well. It also was a little bit more opaque, which was nice because it covered up that black box better than it would have if it was completely clear and transparent. I'm also going to lay in another piece of that script washi. So I'll just trim it down there on the wax paper, make it a little bit easier, and then put it there on the page so I got that rough edge. And we'll cover that sliver of the black box with one of these paper stickers, which I think worked out really nice. In the Planning Things sticker book now, and I will use some of her larger boxes here for my currently items. Just need to figure out how I want them to layer up. I don't end up labeling these boxes before the video is over, but there are a couple of things that I know for sure will be on this page, including the things that I'm watching this month on TV or, streaming, and then books that I'm reading as well. They'll most likely be audiobooks, but Sometimes I have time. I don't know when that will be again, but sometimes I have time to actually sit down and read a book. But I do love audiobooks because I can get that fix of reading while doing other things. And so I'll put that on there for sure. I'm thinking these heart boxes that I've laid down will be really good for some monthly highlights. And then I'll probably also enter in something that I'm eating or listening to. Those are categories I usually have every month. And I'll just handwrite in those labels before the month starts, depending on how January goes and where I think I'm going to have the most emphasis for the month to track. So I'm laying in the decor stickers now. I've already grouped together the last of those mail piece stickers, and then now am peppering in the heart stickers, cutting them up and trying to kind of fit them in and around the boxes a bit. I think this actually turns out really good in the end. Looks nice and cluttery, but like cluttery but clean. Clean clutter. So I think it really turned out pretty cute actually, and isn't overly pink with the touches of red. I think it works, but it doesn't also feel just like overwhelmingly romantic. I'm going to lay in a few more of these outlined hearts and put a couple here on the spread before. And then add a few to this page just for symmetry. I want to make sure that I have a little bit of each thing on every page so they match up. And just peppering those in. I'm going to go ahead and drop in that one random clear sticker, but I think it will look good there on the sidebar. We'll go ahead and clean things up, trim things out. Use my sticker spatula to cement down those stickers. And then I need to clean out one of the holes here before I put it in my planner. But once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye!